Hey guys, hold up. Before you buy a house in Florida right now, you need to hear this. So I just saw an insurance quote yesterday that made me say, this has to be a typo. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
The number looked like somebody accidentally entered their credit card debt instead of homeowner's premium. Welcome to Florida 2025, where the sunshine is free, but insuring your roof feels like a luxury purchase.
So today we're going to break down 5 shocking realities of buying in Florida right now. Things that every buyer, investor, and future transplant need to know before signing your contract.
And we're not talking vague warnings. We're talking real numbers, real laws, real flood zone maps, and the exact reason people scream when they call Citizens Insurance.
Ooh, they do scream.
Reality number 1. Florida home insurance is the Wild West right now.
Let's start with the thing wrecking buyers' budgets faster than Publix running out of pub subs during Hurricane Prep Week. And it is a real thing. Homeowners insurance, people.
Here's the current truth. Florida insurance premiums are now over 3 times the national average. I know that sounds scary. According to the Insurance Information Institute, the average Florida premium is $6,000 plus per year. Some coastal or older roof homes, $9,000 to $14,000 per year is normal.
But here's the kicker. Some carriers won't even insure a roof older than 15 years. Even if it's perfectly fine, nothing's wrong with it.
15, not 25, not 30, just 15. Florida basically saw your roof and said, oh no, that thing's a little too experienced.
But buyers, we're hearing this all the time, but it just passed our inspection. Insurance companies, they don't care. They say, we don't care if Jesus himself inspected it.
And Citizens, the state-backed insurer of last resort, added this new binding rule. If you get a private quote that's within 20% of Citizens, you must take the private offer.
Ooh, so translation, if company X charges $5,800 and Citizens is $5,000, guess what? You're now married to company X.
Yeah. Even if company X sounds like they operate out of a strip mall behind a gas station.
And wait for this. So Florida passed SB 2A and HB 837. I know that's just weird jargon. It massively changed how insurance claims, litigation, and assignment of benefits works.
That means fewer lawsuits, which is good, but also means higher deductibles, more roof claim denials, stricter inspections, companies dropping their homes for the tiniest previous claim. Reality number 2, flood zones are changing and not in your favor.
Buyers think flood zones are a yes or no thing, but no, it's not. Florida said, let's make this confusing and also terrifying at the same time.
They're not lying. FEMA just rolled out Risk Rating 2.0, which recalculates flood insurance based on elevation, distance from water, storm surge risk, rainfall patterns, construction type, replacement costs. Yes, the more expensive the home, the more your flood premium can be.
And here's what we're seeing in actual real time. Homes that were always flood zone X. So that means no flood insurance is required. They're getting moved to flood zone A. I'm in flood zone X.
Yeah, me too. And then those owners get a letter like, congrats! You now need $3,000 per year in flood insurance. Have a blessed day, because you're in the South.
Yep. Let's break it down. NFIP flood insurance averaged $958. Now many are $2,000 to $4,500. Waterfront homes, $6,000 to $10,000 plus. Barrier island homes, let's just say that price is going to make you cry.
Also, buyers think, I'm not on the water, I'm good. No. Inland flooding is the real monster. Jacksonville in 2023 storms flooded areas that have never flooded before.
I remember that. We were here. Don't assume elevation is safety. You need to check FEMA, floodfactor.com, county elevation maps, and historical flood claims, which is CLUE report. And what about reality number 3? The climate risk. It's already affecting home values.
Here's the thing nobody wants to hear. Climate risk is already changing real estate pricing in Florida.
Redfin published a study showing that homes with high flood risk sell for less and they sit longer. Florida is the #1 state impacted.
Here's what we're seeing. Buyers avoiding flood-prone neighborhoods. Higher elevation equals more competitive insurance costs, shaping where people move. Waterfront homes still selling, but the buyer pool is shrinking.
But listen to this. So the University of Florida published climate projections showing sea levels rise 10 to 12 inches by 2050.
Wow.
I know that's a lot.
That's
I
scary.
feel like it's a lot.
That number does not sound like much until you realize parts of St. Augustine now flood during a strong high tide. In reality, number 4, old homes are becoming money traps.
Okay, so buyers, they often tell us, I found a charming older home. And we agree, they are charming. Great. The insurance company hears that and they start threatening to raise your deductible though.
And here's what insurers are now demanding. Polybutylene pipes, replace them. Aluminum wiring, update them. Original windows, replace them. Roof older than 15 years, replace. Water heater older than 10 years, replace it. Electrical panel brand, Federal Pacific or Zinsco, replace immediately.
We've seen all of those. So Florida homes built before 2002 often lack that wind mitigation feature, which is required for maximum discounts.
Which means add shutters, add clips, add straps, a new roof, add impact glass. Basically, congratulations. You just bought a house, now you get to renovate it.
That beautiful old home.
Reality number 5, HOAs and new laws are getting stricter.
So everyone's been talking about insurance and flooding, but nobody talks about how Florida HOAs are becoming basically FBI field offices. It's crazy.
That's no lie.
No, it is no lie. It's crazy around here lately.
Don't get me started, although I am about to start. HOAs are now collecting insurance certificates requiring architectural approval for everything.
Everything.
Cracking down on rentals and enforcing new safety and reserve laws.
They've gotten power happy.
When does it end?
What about condos? Oh boy, here we go. So Florida passed the SB 4D after the Surfside collapse. This is requiring mandatory milestone structural inspections. Fully funded reserves. That's the problem we've been seeing. Annual reporting and no waiving reserves beginning in 2025.
Translation? Condo fees are exploding. Some doubled. Some tripled. Some went from reasonable to mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Now the insurance chaos gets even wilder. Before we move on, let's address the things buyers ask us constantly. Can I just switch insurance companies later if the rate is too high? No. The answer is no. Not maybe, not possibly. It's no with a side of Florida or Jersey. Sarcasm.
So, exactly. So, once you pick an insurance carrier in Florida, you're in a long-term committed, basically, relationship. You basically need a relationship counselor and a meteorologist to get out of that policy because it is not happening.
Yeah.
Breakups, they're not easy. They're not cheap. They're not going to be letting you out of that.
No. And buyers are shocked that insurance quotes expire within days now. Not 30 days, not even 15 days. We've seen quotes expire in 72 hours during hurricane season.
Or they even won't give you a quote at all.
Yeah.
So it's not like car insurance where you can shop around while you watch Netflix sitting on the couch. In Florida, you shop around while praying your roof is newer than your teenager because that makes a difference. So, reality number 2. Flood risk continues to get weirder.
Let's talk about something most buyers misunderstand. I'm not in a FEMA flood zone, so I'm fine. Nope. Welcome to king tide season, where every road that never saw water suddenly turns into a free community splash pad.
We've all seen those Jeeps with the teenagers on the boogie boards going behind them on those roads.
Like they pull them.
Yes.
They pull them on boogie boards and they surf the road.
Yeah, that's what happens. Just to let you all know, that's something you can see in Florida.
You need to wear a helmet if you do that.
St. Augustine floods from sunny day tides. Not storms, not biblical rainfall, not even hurricanes, just the moon doing its thing, and Florida says, let me spice things up again, y'all look bored.
And FEMA maps, they get updated, but not always quickly. Meanwhile, private flood insurers use their own models based on historical data, climate projections, elevation, proximity to inlets. The list goes on.
So what does that mean to you? That a property can be low risk on FEMA, but high risk on private modeling. So guess whose opinion your lender cares about? Whoever's more expensive, basically. Reality check number 2, subsection, flood insurance sticker shock.
Here are the real buyer reactions when we share flood quotes. It's always fun to see their face. Is this annual or monthly? Is this for the entire street? Is this a prank? Is this the national debt? I mean, it's shock on their face.
It is. If your home is near intercoastal waterways, tidal creeks, salt marshes, reclaimed wetlands, which we see a lot, coastal ponds, river adjacent neighborhoods, your flood premiums aren't just possible, they're likely, they're going to happen. So reality check number 3 continued on climate risk. It's not the future, it's happening now.
So let's talk storms. Florida has roughly 40% of the entire country's hurricane risk. One state, 40%. We are the boss level of natural disasters. I don't know if we're proud of that.
I don't think so. Buyers forget that hurricanes don't need to hit your exact neighborhood to raise your rates. So if a storm hits anywhere in Florida, and we've experienced this, your premiums are going to jump. We can be thousands of miles away or 1,000 miles away.
Yep.
Ours jump.
Yep. And that's because Florida's insurance market is basically one giant dysfunctional group project. If one region messes up, everyone gets punished.
Your house in St. Johns County could be perfectly dry, untouched, and safely inland, but a storm hits Southwest Florida, and next year, your premiums are going up. Now let's talk about heat and insurance. It equals higher costs.
We're also seeing climate risk impact electrical costs, cooling needs, and home maintenance. It's not just about storms and flooding, it's about heat.
Air conditioning systems in Florida basically operate like they're running a marathon every day of the year. Buyers need to know these things. 1, AC units in Florida last 8 to 12 years, not 15 to 20 like up north. 2, insurance companies want newer AC units for a 4-point inspection.
And energy bills? Florida Power and Light is not shy. People near Nocatee look shocked when they get their first electrical bill during July. It feels like a car payment.
It does.
Or more. Now, reality check number 4. Older homes come with surprise adventures.
Let's get into the money traps hiding in older Florida homes. Buyers often fall in love with cute 1985 charm. They don't see the $20,000 worth of updates that are hidden behind those walls.
Now let's talk the typical surprises. Surprise number 1, cast iron plumbing.
Big surprise.
Yeah. Some homes built in the 1950s to the 1970s often have cast iron pipes that rot from the inside out. Insurance companies hear cast iron and scream.
They do.
Surprise number 2, outdated electrical panels. Panels that Florida insurance carriers hate. Federal Pacific, Challenger, Zinsco, Sylvania. If the panel says one of these names, it's getting replaced, no exceptions.
They won't insure it.
No. Surprise number 3, 25-year-old windows that rattle like maracas. If the windows aren't impact rated or at least equipped with approved shutters, your insurance discount disappears.
In 2025, insurance companies practically want your house to double as a submarine, not just a house. So surprise number 4, termites. Florida has termites like Denver has snow. They're everywhere, they're aggressive, we hate them. Surprise number 5, HVAC units fighting for their lives. So buyers see a 2009 AC system and they think it's fine. But in Florida, that unit is basically on life support, not fine. So reality number 4, inspection surprises buyers hate.
Let's talk inspection reports in Florida. Buyers from other states get heart palpitations when they see our reports.
It's normal for us.
It is.
Florida inspectors can write things like, this home may attract moisture like a sponge, SpongeBob. Recommend monitoring for wood rot. possible microbial growth. We see that a lot. And active roof wear due to UV exposure.
New buyers read that and they think they're buying a haunted house. Meanwhile, Floridians say, that's Tuesday.
It's normal. Yeah.
So reality number 5. HOAs are turning into secret police.
They are. Yeah, the little man on the golf cart.
With the pad. With the notepad.
So let's talk about that right now. Buyers either love them or absolutely lose their minds when they read the rules and regulations.
Common things Florida HOAs regulate: what color your mailbox can be, how tall your grass can grow before you owe $100, whether you can park your fishing boat, whether your work truck is allowed, even the height of your palm trees.
And did they get out with the ruler and put it on the grass?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is insane. We're hearing buyers say it can't be that bad. Then they go to their local HOA meeting and they say, never mind, I understand now. So let's talk about condo reality. Reserves, they're no joke anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah. Florida Senate Bill 4D changed condo ownership forever. No more kicking the can down the road on maintenance. No more waiving reserves. No more pretending the building will fix itself.
I feel like this part was much needed.
Yeah.
Which means condo associations must fully fund their reserves. Older buildings need milestone structural inspections every 10 years now.
Now, this is great for safety. Also, terrible for your wallet.
So bad.
We've seen condo fees jump from $375 to $750 overnight.
Yep.
The next reality, the insurance situation has even more plot twists.
We're not done with insurance yet. In Florida, the topic has more twists than Netflix true crime documentaries, which I'm a fan of. Let's talk insurability during hurricane season, because people moving here do not realize insurance companies actually close. Yeah, they close. They stop binding new policies when a storm is within a certain radius.
Exactly. A hurricane forms off the coast of Africa and suddenly half the carriers in Florida go on vacation. You'll hear we're under a binding moratorium. Translation: we'll get back to you when the storm destroys something. Or doesn't. To be determined.
That's terrible when you're under contract trying to close.
Yeah.
People ask, can't we just bind early? Well, unfortunately, no. You can't bind a policy until the 4-point inspection and wind mitigation report are done.
And we've had buyers lose closing because a storm popped up in the Atlantic like a surprise birthday guest.
Yeah. In Florida, the hurricane names are like that one relative that always shows up to a party, but you don't want them to and they never RSVP'd. Yeah.
True story.
True. What about insurance fact bombs that buyers never expect?
Yeah. Let's hit them with rapid fire facts they absolutely need to know.
Okay.
Okay. Go. So Citizens Insurance now requires flood insurance on all homes, even outside flood zones. Some insurers demand water heaters under 10 years old. Many require roofs to be architectural shingles, not 3-tab. Homes near the coast often require impact glass or approved shutters, and pool cages must meet Miami-Dade wind code for discounts.
Here's the wildest one. Some carriers will reject your home if a tree branch hangs over your roof.
Reality number 2. Flooding is not just about rain. Not in Florida.
That took me a while
to
figure out. We also need to talk about a Florida flood threat people completely ignore. Groundwater rising.
Yes, nobody talks about it, but researchers are screaming. As sea levels rise, groundwater rises under the land, meaning you could flood from below without a single raindrop.
Areas such as Miami, St. Augustine, Jacksonville Beach, they're already seeing this. People think their home is magically safe because of elevation. Meanwhile, groundwater is creeping up like a slow, damp villain, one of those Disney characters. Ursula or something.
Yeah.
What about flood zone misconceptions? Buyers have a lot and they panic over them.
Yeah. Here are the real things buyers have asked. Can an alligator flood my yard?
Why?
I don't know. Do I need flood insurance if my backyard is higher than my front yard?
Okay, that's a good question.
Can I fight my flood zone by arguing?
That's a good question.
I wish.
To answer all your great questions. 1, no. 2, yes, water ignores your landscaping. 3, absolutely not. You cannot debate the FEMA map like it's a court case. We're not in a court drama.
Dang.
What about number 3? Climate-driven insurance surprises.
Oh, Lord.
Another thing buyers don't realize, insurance carriers now use heat maps and storm models in underwriting.
The models calculate maximum wind gust potential, storm surge probability, roof uplift risk, tree fall likelihood, proximity to historical tornado paths, and even temperature projections.
This means your home can be charged more, not because of the current climate, but future predictions of the climate.
You're paying 2025 prices for 2035 weather. Now, climate impacts buyers don't think about.
Can we talk about the fact that Florida humidity makes normal home problems worse?
Yes,
It's
we
bad.
can.
Yeah. Mold grows like Florida grass overnight and aggressively.
Yeah, you leave a towel in your laundry room for 8 hours and it becomes a science experiment.
What about leaving your dishwasher closed and all of a sudden you have that mold and mildew around
Yes.
it? This is why Florida homes need good ventilation, strong ductwork, solid roof underlayment, and dehumidifiers.
Buyers from Arizona think humidity is cute.
They don't have the humidity we have.
No, but when their hair triples in size and their windows fog up at 6 a.m. like a New Orleans ghost tour.
What about when your glasses fog up the second you go outside to drive?
Happened to me. Reality number 4, construction differences that shock out-of-state buyers.
Let's go deeper into older homes. We love older homes. We love talking about them. People moving from the Midwest or Northeast expect a certain level of construction.
Yes. Florida homes are different because we build for, get ready, wind, heat, rain, bugs, humidity, rising groundwater, hurricanes, UV exposure, and termites the size of little itty bitty dogs.
The first time I saw one of those.
Ugh.
That thing was the size of a dog. It was ridiculous. Concrete block homes equal great for insurance discounts. Wood frames, they equal, hello, your premium is now equivalent to that of a monthly BMW payment. Why are charming older homes actually expensive?
Well, good question. Older Florida homes can charm you and drain your wallet. Buyers need to budget for roof replacement sooner, electrical panel updates, plumbing repipe, termite treatment, HVAC upgrades, window replacements, stucco repair, and foundation or settling fixes.
And what about this? Those popcorn ceilings from 1970.
Oh my.
Oh boy, heaven help
I
you.
think everybody hates those.
Yes. Your insurance company will ask if you want to also supply a sample to the Smithsonian, I think. Well, what about reality number 4? Another part of this. What Florida inspectors look at that other states don't look at.
Florida inspectors check things you never thought really mattered. Some things could include roof nail length, roof nail spacing, hurricane straps, attic ventilation, stucco thickness, window impact rating, soffit integrity, grading slope around the house, age of appliances, and the type of insulation you have.
I feel like that's a long list.
They look at a lot here.
Honestly, they check the house like they're looking for national secrets. Honestly, too, though, they kind of are. They have to find all those hidden things.
Yeah.
Moving on to another section. Another reality number 5, HOAs. They continue their reign in Florida.
HOAs in Florida aren't just strict. They have a range. One HOA might let you paint your house lime green. Another will send a warning letter because your holiday wreath is too reflective.
Seen both. God forbid you put a shed up in your backyard without approval. Can't do that in my neighborhood. They're going to appear at your front door just like ghosts of covenants past.
Also, rental rules are tightening everywhere. Many HOAs now restrict short-term rentals, like Airbnb and VRBO, leasing under 12 months, number of rental units per community, parking for renters, and guest access. Now, condo laws are getting even wilder.
Let's give a deep dive into the condo craziness because this is shocking buyers left and right. It shocks us we're right there with you.
After SB 4D, associations now must complete structural integrity reserve study, milestone inspections, and recertifications.
We're finding lots of problems with our current condo owners because older condo buildings near the ocean, especially Jack's Beach, Ponte Vedra, Daytona, Miami, Naples, they're all facing six-figure repairs.
Yeah.
It's big.
Buyers say the condo is only $350,000. We say, great. The special assessment is also $350,000. Reality number one, insurance carriers leaving the state.
A lot. There's a plot twist people forget though. Insurance carriers are literally fleeing the state of Florida. We've lost more carriers since 2019 than some states even have. Some went insolvent, some left voluntarily, but I think most left screaming because of all of our claims.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in Florida, we have hurricanes.
And when carriers leave, the remaining companies don't say, oh no, let's price fairly and hope, we can help everyone. No, they say, excellent. Now we can raise premiums like we're selling Beyonce tickets.
The real numbers. Over 6 major insurers have become insolvent just in the past few years.
Wow.
Over 20 carriers stopped writing new policies in coastal counties alone. Citizens Insurance ballooned to over 1.3 million policies, making it the largest insurer in the state.
Having Citizens as the biggest insurer is like having your backup babysitter suddenly caring for every kid in town. It's not ideal.
We don't want it.
No. Insurance hikes buyers don't expect.
Buyers commonly ask us, will my insurance go up every year? And we have to respond with a straight face, yes. At this point, basically, it's a subscription service.
Yeah.
It changes.
We've seen renewals jump 18%, 29%, 46%, even 88%.
Let's move on to reality number 2. We're going to deep dive a little bit into flooding risk buyers think doesn't apply to them.
Let's talk about the biggest misconception of all. If I'm not on the beach, I'm safe. Incorrect. Some of the most flood-prone areas in Florida aren't even near the ocean.
Let's give you some examples. Orlando flooded severely during Hurricane Ian. No coastline required for them. They're not on the coast.
Right.
Parts of Gainesville flooded from rainfall alone. Jacksonville's San Marco area floods from river surges. St. John's River doesn't need a direct hurricane to hit it to overflow also. Florida's flat. Okay, we're flat. We don't have mountains and hills. Water does not like to politely drain, and it wanders around like confused tourists, and where can I go?
There's a trick longtime Floridians use that new buyers never consider. After a heavy rain, drive through the neighborhood you want to buy in. If there are puddles the size of toddler swimming pools that last 3 days, congratulations, you just found a draining problem.
If the street looks like a moat around a medieval castle, you're buying a kayak with your house. I mean, if you like kayaks, then you're good to go. What about Florida rainfall? It's not always cute, even though if you like the rain and it's relaxing.
People from up north say, oh, I love summer rain. Florida rain is not a vibe. It's an event.
So our rain has stages. It could be a light, and these stages can all happen the same day. Yeah. A light sprinkle, a tropical downpour, horizontal rain, the sky attacking your windshield, you cannot see a thing, a full apocalypse, and then it's immediately sunny again and nothing ever happened.
That's pretty much every day in the summer here.
What about reality number 3 continued? Heat and humidity equals hidden home damage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about humidity. Can it ruin everything? Can it ruin your day? Can it ruin your drywall? Can it ruin your baseboards? What about your doors, your floors, even your AC units? We know it's going to ruin your hair.
Always ruin your hair.
Yeah, it's always going to ruin your hair.
Humidity also causes warped cabinets, rusted fixtures, mildew staining, sticky doors. It can really destroy a lot of stuff.
We've even seen brand new homes grow mildew within weeks because the AC wasn't running correctly, or if they turn off the AC, don't do that.
Yeah, which is why buyers need to understand your AC isn't optional. It's life support for your house. Now, heat cracks everything, but in a charming Florida way.
Everything Florida does is charming.
Yes, it is.
Florida heat can crack your driveway. It can crack your stucco on your house, the paint, your pool deck, your sidewalks in front of your house.
And cracks are so common that inspectors write things like normal Florida cracking, just monitor it, which translates to it's fine for now.
And we see that all the time.
Yeah.
Even in brand new builds.
We do. So reality number 4. Let's deep dive into why buyers need wind mitigation reports. This is important. A wind mitigation report is the only thing that stands between a buyer and a $9,000 premium.
We like this report, yeah. This report, it gives you discounts. Everybody wants a discount, right? You can get a discount for roof-to-wall attachments, roof shape. Hip roofs get big discounts. Secondary water barriers, impact windows, reinforced garage doors. What about hurricane shutters? And even your roof covering type.
If a home has none of these upgrades, your insurance quote might be delivered with a side of emotional damage.
You might see a higher price than you want to see.
Yeah. Roof shapes do matter in Florida.
Insurance companies love hip roofs. They're a golden child of roofs.
Gable roofs, insurance say, cute, now pay more.
Yeah, you don't think of these things.
No.
Does anybody even know what those are? We'll post some pictures here.
Yeah. So reality number 4. Florida homes age in dog years here in Florida. Let's do a Florida home aging breakdown for you. A 10-year-old Florida home equals a 28-year-old home elsewhere. Okay? A 20-year-old Florida home equals a 50-year-old home anywhere else. And a 40-year-old home in Florida equals a historic landmark that deserves a plaque and a prayer circle.
Between termites, humidity, UV rays, and hurricanes, if your home lasts 30 years with no major issues, it deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame. What about Florida pests? Let's move on to that. Buyers have to prepare for it because we have some crazy pests.
People don't think about pests when buying a home, but they should. Florida we have a lot. We have termites, carpenter ants, German cockroaches, palmetto bugs, mosquitoes, sugar ants, love bugs, fire ants.
I hate bugs.
Oh my God, fire ants are the worst.
I kind of consider the entire state as like a petting zoo for insects.
It is.
I don't like to pet the insects. I don't want an insect, and I don't want it anywhere near me. Reality number 5. HOA power levels are increasing. We've mentioned this before. They're all power happy.
Let's talk power moves by Florida HOAs. Some now require annual roof cleaning, approval for changing mulch color.
Really?
Approval for Christmas lights.
Yeah, I dealt with
approval
that
for
one.
replacing shrubs, for fence height, and for driveway stain color.
I'd even seen one HOA rule that said holiday inflatables could not exceed 7 feet tall. So I Osco that like 18-foot Santa Claus or that reindeer you keep saying.
Those Halloween statues
skeletons,
that are
yes.
like even bigger than your house.
I say everyone go out and buy one. Everyone do it. I think it's hilarious if we all just band together. What about HOA violations that buyers don't expect, which wouldn't expect half of those before, but there's some more.
Thank you. Actual violations we've seen in Florida are trash cans visible for 12 minutes past pickup, garage doors left open for too long.
I think that's insane.
Grass grew 3/4 of an inch too tall, and mailbox color slightly faded.
We had a client with a lien on their house. It was all, they were charged daily mailbox color. It was crazy. What about if you live in an HOA with ponds? Do not feed the ducks. Can't enforce this enough. Every HOA in Florida has this written rule in capital letters, like people are smuggling bread to these ducks. Okay, let's talk about another reality that we're going to expand on. Insurance plus roof rules are getting stricter almost every month. Let's keep going about the roofs here in Florida because everyone likes making them a bigger deal than they are anywhere else. People move here and say, a roof's a roof. No, unfortunately it's not here in Florida. Our Florida roof is basically the bouncer at a nightclub. If it's weak, it does not matter. You need a strong bouncer.
Insurance companies now treat roofs like they're evaluating Olympic gymnastics.
Yeah.
They want perfect balance, perfect structure, perfect landing, no wobbling, no sagging, and no history of falls.
If your roof shows even one missing shingle, insurers act like you're asking them to cover a home that was made of cardboard and now got wet and is now disintegrating.
Right. And heaven forbid the roof was installed by a non-licensed contractor 20 years ago.
Oh, we can't do that.
In Florida, that's basically the equivalent of trying to get a TSA pre-checked with a handwritten ID. It's just not going to happen. So the age of a roof. Panic buyers always have.
We're going to go over the standard roof age rules we almost see every day. Architectural shingle roofs. They must be under 15 to 20 years old. 3-tab roofs. Insurance companies practically hiss at these now. They don't like them. A tile roof spans 30 to 50 years, but insurance carriers still want full inspections. We just had this happen. Metal roofs can be 40 to 70 years, but it's still going to get nitpicked. And flat roofs, good luck. That was my problem with my son's house.
Well, flat roofs are the redheaded stepchild of Florida insurance. You say flat roof and carriers respond with, denied.
Nope, won't do it.
Next application.
They treat a flat roof like Florida teenagers treat curfews. Not respected. Not going to happen.
No.
What about roof wind ratings that buyers really need to know about? Let's move on to that.
Yeah. Florida roofs must meet specific wind ratings, especially after Hurricane Andrew changed the game in 1992. Homes built after 2002 need stronger code improvements. After 2007, even stricter.
Oh boy, yeah.
2010, impact windows requirements tightened, and 2020, engineering standards for extreme wind events.
Oh boy. If your home was built before 2002 and never upgraded, your insurance quote is going to come with a major warning label. We're going to move out to reality number 2. Flood zones you didn't even know existed.
Oh, flood zones. Buyers know about A, Z, and X flood zones, but Florida has way weirder ones nobody talks about. VE zone, coastal wave action, the absolute monster. AE zone, standard floodplain. AH zone, flooding from shallow ponding. AO zone, sheet flooding. Yes, that's a real thing. AR zone, flood prone due to levee restoration. And D zone, we don't know, but it might flood.
Yeah, maybe. FEMA labels you a D zone. It basically means, surprise, anything can happen at any point in time, ever.
Which is scary.
Yes. Florida's hidden waterways buyers don't realize exist. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Florida is full of underground aquifers, subterranean rivers, natural springs, wetlands, marsh systems, and reclaimed swamp developments. So all of Florida was a swamp
Exactly.
at one point.
Half of our neighborhoods used to be wetlands.
Yeah.
Developers drained them and they added palm trees, they built homes and said, ta-da! It's a community with a water view. What do you expect is going to happen?
Right. And then buyers get shocked when they see frogs the size of dinner plates.
Send her a frog.
Don't. No frogs. Moving on. Reality number 3. Climate risk equals insurance plus resale plus lender issues.
Lenders are now looking harder at flood risk also, not just for insurance, but for their own loan risks.
Buyers don't realize this. If a home is in a high-risk flood zone and the buyer doesn't get proper documentation, the lender can refuse to issue the loan.
Private flood insurance can't always be used with certain loan types. VA and FHA, they have strict rules.
Flood zones aren't just about water, though. They are about lending, resale value, insurability, and long-term cost. Let's talk about how heat hurts a home value.
We're just moving right along. Extreme heat is also starting to affect property values. Researchers found that homes in heat-prone areas are selling slower because the cost of cooling is skyrocketing. Everybody's worried about their day-to-day bills.
Some Florida counties expect 50 to 90 days over 95 degrees by 2050.
No.
That's a lot of days.
I mean, I love hot weather, but that's not hot weather. That's like an oven setting. All right, enough about the hotness. I love hot, but we're done with that. Reality number 4, buyer shock. Why does my Florida inspection look like an actual manual?
Well, Florida inspection reports are like novels. These things are 70 to 100 pages long, and
That's
we've
normal.
seen them. I know. Buyers from other states get confused, like, why does this report mention the roof 12 separate times?
Because there's 12 different areas. Florida roofs are constantly under attack by everyone. They're under attack by UV rays, heat, salt air, random tropical storms that come up, our daily rain, our humidity, the mildew attacks them, tree debris, we talked about trees, and the occasional iguana attack.
Yeah. An iguana can fall through your roof. Welcome to Florida. It's a real thing.
It's an interesting thing to happen.
Also, termite laws buyers don't know about.
Florida requires sellers to disclose WDO. What in the world does that mean? It means wood destroying organisms. They need to disclose the history if it's known. But the state does not require a termite bond.
But good luck getting insurance without one in some areas.
I think you should have one.
You should.
Why would you not have one? Everybody in Florida should have a termite bond.
I agree.
We have termites. You have wood somewhere on your house, even if it's a door frame. We've seen older homes where termites ate so much wood that the inspector said that the house is holding on through the strength of its personality alone. What about extra Florida critters that buyers have to be prepared for? That's a cool topic.
Well, not to scare anyone, but Florida has critters everywhere.
In case you didn't know.
Everywhere. You may meet geckos,
Yep.
frogs, snakes, raccoons, possums, otters, Muscovy ducks, sandhill cranes, armadillos, and if you're near water, gators.
You may not see it, but they're there.
If you live near a pond, assume something with teeth lives in it. That's pretty much the Florida starter pack.
Right. It comes
I
with
tell
it.
people all the time.
It comes
If
with
there's
it.
water, there's something in there.
Mm-hmm.
So reality number 4. Construction codes buyers must understand.
Okay, let's talk about the construction changes that matter when you're buying, okay? Homes built before 1944, they have weaker hurricane codes, older electrical standards, outdated plumbing, even lower wind resistance. Moving on, let's talk about homes built between 1994 and 2002. They have better but inconsistent codes, and they often require roof upgrades. Homes built after 2002, though, have strong, uniform Florida building codes, wind resistance is increased, and insurance discounts are available. Moving up to higher homes built after 2010. They have major upgrades, stronger structural anchoring, and higher impact window ratings.
Thank God.
I know. Now, though, let's talk about homes built after 2020. They conform to climate adjusted standards. That's the new stuff. Plus, for insurance and resale, it's the best choice.
And buyers ask, why does it matter? Because your insurance company cares enough for the both of you.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Aren't they? Getting us to reality number 5. Condo reserve studies will shock buyers more than their HOA fees.
Before the new laws, Florida condos were famous for underfunding their reserves. It happens all the time, and special assessments were put on everyone.
Now, with mandatory full reserve funding, some buildings discovered they were millions behind. Yes, millions.
And guess who got assessments again? Imagine you bought a condo for $280,000, and then you're going to receive a letter saying you have a special assessment for $47,000.
But that's reality now. Safety costs money. Let's talk about HOA enforcement stories that are real and hilarious.
Again, HOA.
I just think they're ridiculous.
I live in an HOA, so yes, but sometimes it's crazy. Some real HOA violations we've seen. Your palm tree is not manicured enough. Your driveway needs pressure washing immediately. Your garage sale sign may be 2 inches just too big. Your holiday lights can't be up past January 10th, and your pressure washer noise was at decibel levels over 60.
And this is my favorite. One HOA banned flamingo yard decorations in Florida. The irony alone should be illegal.
It's Florida. We have flamingos.
Reality number 1 and 2, crossover. Okay? Insurance and flooding are creating new buyer personality types.
We're seeing the new buyer personality emerge here. Basically, we're going to call them the insurance detectives. Mm-hmm. We're seeing buyers walk into a showing and they're not asking us about the kitchen or anything, but And they're not asking about bedrooms, and they're not asking about finishes, but they're asking about what's the roof age. They want to know the age of everything.
That's the right question. You could show these buyers a $1.8 million waterfront masterpiece with quartz countertops, a 6-burner gas stove, and an outdoor summer kitchen. They don't care. They want the roof age like it's a blood type.
Of course. They're asking, is the roof of 2016, 2017? 1 year difference can change everything for them. It's a good question to ask.
It is. And we've watched buyers lose their minds over a roof installed in December 2007 instead of January of 2008. And honestly, we understand.
It makes a difference. We see it.
Florida Insurance is creating a new housing strategy called The Newer the Better.
In California, buyers may want character. In New York, they may want charm. Colorado, they may want those beautiful mountain views. Florida, we just want new. We need new. Brand new, built yesterday preferably, new.
We've had buyers say if the roof isn't sparkling and the AC can't frost a glass, I'm not interested. It's not their fault. Florida is training buyers to avoid anything older than a middle schooler.
That's true.
I know.
They're making it impossible to buy older houses.
Yeah. Which brings us to reality 2 and 3 crossover. Flooding and climate are changing where people buy.
We're now seeing buyers ask questions like, what's the elevation of the home? Is the community on a high ridge? How close is it to the retention pond? Is this area known for tidal flooding? These aren't casual questions, but these are survival questions that everyone needs to be asking.
And honestly, Florida has taught everyone these questions the hard way. Remember the 3-day nor'easter in Jacksonville? Mm-hmm. Houses near San Marco were taking water like somebody opened a portal beneath them.
Yeah, it was crazy. Buyers who once cared most about their backyard size, now they only care about flood zone ratings. We're getting that question a lot. Mm-hmm. FEMA maps, historical drainage, past flood claims, nearby tidal creeks. In fact, past flood claims, there's now a document that has to be with every house about flood claims.
Yes, it does.
Even rainfall patterns. Write those questions down. You should be asking those too. What about reality number 4? We're going to extend that a little bit. We're going to talk about Florida homes that come with seasonal maintenance that you may not know about.
Let's break down the Florida maintenance schedule because this shocks out-of-state buyers. So spring, aka pollen apocalypse.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
what we call
spring
it
is like the terrible time for me.
Yeah. What you're going to want to do is pressure wash everything. Mm-hmm. Clean pollen off windows every 48 hours. Treat the lawn for fungus. Add fresh mulch and prep your AC for heat waves. Okay? The summer, aka surface of the sun season, you're going to check your attic ventilation, check window seals, treat for termites, deep clean gutters, run dehumidifiers, and apply UV protectant to exterior doors.
Yep.
Fall, aka hurricane gamble season.
Maybe not.
We have little names for everything. Do a roof inspection, tree trimming, storm shutter practice. Yes, practice, so you know. And check insurance deductibles. And for winter, aka fake winter, mostly everybody's fall, get your AC serviced, outdoor caulking repairs, replace weather stripping, and inspect the fascia for water damage.
I like that. Florida homes, they don't just need maintenance. They need your full-on commitment. It's kind of like a gym membership for your house. So the wildlife. This is the reality buyers need to understand, and we've touched on this a couple times.
Yeah. So let's talk wildlife expectations, shall we?
Okay.
You will see lizards doing push-ups on your lanai. Not kidding. Frogs suction cup to your windows. Sandhill cranes walking through your yard like they pay rent.
Yep.
Palmetto bugs, Florida's unofficial state bird. Armadillos digging in your flower beds. Mm-hmm. And ducks acting like neighborhood traffic cops.
There was a whole group of them just sitting in the middle of the road. We all kept having to go around. They were not moving.
They stopped traffic.
If you live near the water, you're going to have to assume that there's a gator, but don't panic. They really do mind their own business. They're not going to eat you.
And for the record, gators don't like people.
They're not. They don't like you.
They like small stuff that moves fast and splashes. So don't splash in the water.
Right.
Keep your pets away from the ponds and you're good. So reality 5, deep dive. HOA and condos are changing buyers' monthly costs dramatically.
Let's talk money, because buyers sometimes forget this part. Money, 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 money. That's what I think the insurance carriers are saying. Money. Yeah. Insurance increases, plus flood insurance, plus HOA fees, plus condo reserve hikes. They equal changes in your total monthly payment. A home that was affordable 3 years ago, now maybe $600 to $1,200 more per month, purely from insurance and fees.
Yeah, condo buyers in Florida now faced reserve studies, structural repair assessments, insurance hikes, mandatory upgrades, and rising maintenance fees.
There's a lot is happening. Your mortgage could stay the same for 30 years. Your insurance will not. Your HOA fees will not. Your condo dues will not. That's the math that you need to know and see clearly. If you're a future buyer, will this calm down for you?
The short answer, not anytime soon. Long answer, Florida is growing too fast. Insurance carriers are still leaving. Climate risks are increasing. Construction costs are rising. HOA condo laws are tightening. Florida is still one of the most desirable states in the country, but buyers must be educated and strategic.
We still think that buying here is absolutely still worth it. Love Florida.
Agreed.
But you have to understand there's rules, risks, and realities to living in Florida. I kind of think with any other state, you just got to know.
Exactly.
With all that said, people still move in droves here.
And here's the plot twist. Despite everything we just said, people still move here because Florida is magical.
I love Florida.
I mean, good Lord, Disney lives here. Enough said.
There you go. Where else can you go to the beach in December, see dolphins during your morning walk? I love that. Enjoy sunshine 300 days of the year, pay no state income tax, live near world-class golf, explore trails, springs, and parks year-round. And yes, we float down those 72 degrees natural springs.
And Mickey lives here.
In case you didn't know, Mickey lives here.
Florida is worth it. It just takes preparation, research, and the right team guiding you. Spoiler alert. We're the right team.
There you go. I like it. If you made it through this entire video, you now know more about living in Florida than most people actually know who really live here. We are Heather and Danielle, a real estate team here in Florida.
We help buyers navigate all the chaos we just talked about. Insurance, flood zones, HOAs, construction, climate risk, inspections, and everything in between. We know the neighborhoods, we know the builders, we know the pitfalls, but more importantly, we know the solutions.
So if you want guidance, you want to move here, or just want someone to explain why your insurance quote made you cry, we're your girls.
Reach out anytime. We'll help you find the right home and avoid the expensive surprises.
Unless it's shoes. The expensive shoes are good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Florida. Sunshine's free here, but the homeownership can be an education that's priceless.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your wildest Florida questions in the comments. We'll see you in the next video.